Hi, my name is Miriam Bernabei, and I'm a volunteer here at Greenburgh Town Hall. I am delighted to welcome my young guest to our program today. Rosalie Narain is 10 and a half years old. She lives with her parents and older sister in Mount Vernon, New York. She is a member of Greenburgh's Kids Short Story Connection. Drawing and playing the cello are two of her other creative talents. Thanksgiving is Rosalie's favorite holiday, and math is her favorite subject in school. She loves to read autobiographies and considers being able to throw a softball very, very far one of her superpowers. This is Rosalie's first solo exhibit of her art. Welcome, Rosalie. First, congratulations on your first art exhibit here. First solo art exhibit, and you're only 10 and a half years old. That is amazing. And I really enjoyed walking the exhibit with you because you are just so exuberant, and it's just lovely to see the work that you've done. I understand why you got this art show, but how does it feel to have your art displayed in Town Hall?
Well, thank you for saying all the things. When I first saw all of these things and all of the things that everybody drew, I was worried that my paintings were not going to be enough because everything I've seen was amazing. They were talented, they were creative. It seems that they took a lot of time on theirs. And because I made those paintings, I wasn't actually sure if I worked hard on it. And I guess I didn't really reflect while I was making those paintings. But when I first saw those paintings inside the Greenburgh Town Hall, I was shocked. I didn't actually think it would happen. I've gone all my life thinking that my drawings were just something that regular 10-year-old would make. I didn't think that they were worthy enough to be inside a town hall. And being here is such an honor, knowing that I can reflect on something that happened in the past.
Yeah, wow, it's amazing and beautiful, the stuff. You all have to come and see it. When did you first become interested in drawing and painting and art? Was it in school or was it at home or what happened?
I guess when I first saw all those colors, this happened a really long time ago, but I was addicted and adapted to all those colors on the wheel. They look so beautiful colliding, and it really told a story to me when I was little. And I wanted to try and feel it in another way by putting a pencil on a paper and trying to make it something that I could just feel and make it something on a paper that other people can see.
Wow. And do you think you want to do this when you grow up?
I don't really have a goal in life to do this again. I like doing acting and singing, so it would be expected if I had another thing like this, but most likely not, because maybe I'll be chasing other goals in life, but it would be amazing if I had another one, another thing like this.
Yeah, especially because you're really talented, just
saying.
Do you remember the first picture or painting, let's say painting, because those paintings are very cool, that you were really proud of?
I guess I was really proud of my second painting, the colorful flowers. I tried to do another brush type, and I didn't know how though, and I wanted to try new things. And I had a really bizarre idea to put two colors on one brush and make them collide together naturally. And I was shocked about how it turned out. And I made that into a canvas, and I showed it to other people, I'm really proud of myself for making that creative idea and trying it out, and it worked.
People liked it, I bet.
Thank you.
And that's in the exhibit too, so people can come and see it when they come to the show here. When you're getting ready to create a piece of art, where do you usually get your ideas from?
Usually, since all of my paintings are from nature, people would think that it comes from nature. I look around and I see and I draw, but that's not what I actually do. I look at other things like tiles, like people, like homes especially, and I look and I just the reason why I don't look in nature was because I want my painting to represent how nature and people and humans collide and how the universe and like world is in peace because of it. And like sometimes when you build a home, it like catches on fire, but most of the time that doesn't happen from what I know. And I wanted to like my paintings to represent that. So I get my paintings from tiles, from like different types of art that people work together.
So you like people and art and how they work together and how it's represented in different forms. Interesting. Do you know exactly what you're going to draw before you start, or does the picture sometimes change and develop as you go?
I do have a vision in my mind from the ideas I get. And sometimes things go wrong, like I don't have a certain brush I was looking for, or I ran out of the color paint I needed, and everything just like kind of like ruined. And then I need to get a little bit creative, which requires some sacrifices. Sometimes I like need to pull out something out of the painting. Sometimes they need to add something that doesn't look great. But most of the times they come out well. So I guess you could say not really, but either way it comes out very well.
Yeah, well, like you were telling me, you know, like you might have started something and then you didn't have the paint, but then that's one of the pictures that I like so much, the one with the purple in it. And well, that one's called The Growing Love.
Yes.
And that was a mistake you said, but I didn't think it was a mistake. I thought it was amazing because that purple really pops. And so, you know,
I didn't expect it to be like so beautiful when I first looked at it. Because usually when you look up at the sky, a lot of the colors just like blend in together. They don't really pop out. But when I try something new, it actually worked.
Yeah. So I guess that's a lesson for us, that we have to be flexible, you know?
Yeah, because you never know.
You never know. Sometimes it's better when you're something that you didn't think of. Let's talk about another couple of pieces that are in the show. We talked about Growing Love and the one about the flowers. There's a really interesting one that's kind of modern, like Eye of Enchanting, and that's one of your favorites. So tell me about it.
I had this idea when I was looking for ideas to draw, and then I saw an idea of drawing eyes. This was actually my first realistic eye that I ever made in my whole entire life. I never attempted because I didn't think I had enough drawing skills to make that of a realistic eye. And I was really surprised about how it came out. And I guess you could say that it wasn't a mistake, but at the same time it was unexpected. But unexpected in a good way because how it turned out. And I feel like that one is like, I'm the most proud of that one. Maybe really the second most proud of that one because of the second one I made in my whole entire life, The Colorful Flowers.
Right.
And I made that one was my second favorite because this one was my last one I ever made since then. And I wanted to make it my last one, and I wanted people to know because I wanted them to like put everything and collide it, all my canvases. I wanted to paint a picture with all my canvases, like a chapter book. Each chapter goes to the next. And the Eye of Enchanting is like the end of the whole entire story because it represents the one person that's making all of this nature and all of the people and all of the buildings and all the skills that other people have. So it's like the end of a chapter book, but a beginning of a new story.
So it's almost like godlike or something like Mother Nature, God. That's what you had in mind? Interesting. All righty. And, the one that I like, the other one, the sunflower pots. And that one, you were talking about tiles, and you told me the story.
Yes.
What is it?
I was at my grandmother's house, and I hadn't made a canvas in a really long time, and I started to get a little bit worried about it. Without exactly looking, I reached in the fridge, and I looked to my side, and I saw that my grandma had a really nice tile that I always liked. And I guess I never really looked at it because I never actually thought I would make like realistic flowers like that. So I go home and I try it, and it turned out great. But I got the idea from my grandmother's tile, which was kind of unexpected.
Yeah.
And I didn't actually think it would come majestically and naturally beautiful as I thought it would, but it did, and I'm really proud of that one too.
Yeah, I like that one because it's a little, I don't know, it has different lines in it. I think it's...
That's what I was going for. It was like
Yeah.
it was like everything colliding to make one beautiful picture.
Yeah, interesting. So what do you hope people will feel when they walk through the gallery and see your art?
My goal for all of these canvases is to make the other people feel like grateful for Mother Nature. I love Earth. I love that we have the opportunity to build on it, to step on it. And honestly, I got this idea to make a canvas series, a nature series of the canvases, because I felt as if people don't appreciate our world. You know, littering, global warming, people not taking care of it as they're supposed to.
Right.
So when people look at my canvases and my paintings, I hope that they appreciate the world just a little bit more. And actually, I have a story that's related to that. One time I made a script, and it was performed, and the people asked me why I made that script, and it was about Mother Nature and Earth and people cleaning it up. And I was like, I just want people to be a little bit more grateful for Earth and taking care of it. And that was my goal. So really, these canvases have a goal of fighting against global warming and littering. And I know it may not do much, but at least it'll make everybody feel a little bit better about Earth.
That's beautiful. Very nice. Well, not only are you an artist, but you're a cellist and a writer. And do you think your music and writing influences your art in any way?
When I was in cello, I played a lot of songs that were calming, that reminded me of nature too. And I have like a really big love for nature. So I feel, so as I was playing the cello, I felt ideas pop in my head. Like one of the songs reminded me of a snowy mountain. And one of the songs reminded me of like a pine needle forest. So I collided my music ideas and my art ideas together to make one beautiful painting.
Wow.
And my writing skills, a lot of my times I make writing poems about spring, about summer, sometimes about winter if I have a lot of ideas. And I picture as I'm reading my poems. And each picture represents one word. And each word represents an idea. So each idea I have, I put it down on a canvas in my paintings.
So it all mixes together. That's great. Very cool. You're a member of Greenburgh Kids Short Story Connection as well. What do you like about writing stories?
I feel like I could write my ideas and put it down on paper, and it makes me feel grateful too, because sometimes people can't write or can't speak, or should I say just can't speak, and some people don't go to school and they can't write either. And it makes me feel grateful too for the skills that we have and the skills that people should appreciate. And when I write, I feel like I'm making a story and I forget everything. And I put my emotions and my feelings and I put it into another character, so the character has the same feelings as me, which is the whole point of my stories. Usually my story is about like enchantment, about magic, sometimes fantasy, sometimes stuff that a lot of people don't believe in, but I think it's true, like myths. But sometimes it's also like about construction, sometimes it's about not natural things people do, sometimes it's about people getting hurt, sad stories. So I really like writing because it expresses my feelings. Like if I'm feeling sad, I put it in a book. If I'm feeling happy, I put it in the book. And it, like, writing is like each word is my feelings.
Right.
So the more I write, the more feelings I let out.
Right. And you do that in your art too, a little bit too, right? If you could illustrate a book that you've read, which book would you choose?
There is a book, Christine King. she illustrated one of the books about Martin Luther King's life and her life as well. And I would like to illustrate this book because Martin Luther King Jr. was like my idol. And I like public speaking, and Martin Luther King Jr. liked public speaking as well. So he used that as something to fix what he thinks was wrong. And I feel like that I could do that too the more I think about him. And he like brings me the confidence. And I would like to illustrate his sister's book because it would also be another way to express my gratefulness for Martin Luther King Jr.'s family as well, who did everything they needed to do to end segregation.
Great. Yeah, and I know you like a lot of autobiographies. That's what the kind of books you like to read. I used to like to read that too when I was in school. Now, you're only 10 and a half, and you've already had your first solo art exhibit. What would you like to accomplish next in your life? Do you have another goal that you'd like to that you're dreaming about and that you just want to do?
Maybe I could be like in a show. I did go for one show. We haven't gotten it if I got in yet, but I'm pretty confident that I did. So that's exciting. And
a musical theater show?
A musical theater.
You want to say which one it is? What one it is?
It was. I'm not sure if it's a musical theater show, but it's a show called Annie.
Oh yeah, that's a musical theater show.
Yeah, and when I first watched the movie, I was really psyched about most likely having the audition. And it's okay if I don't, because I also have a lot of other goals in life. Like I would like to sing in front of public, and I do that, and I do that every single summer. Not every single summer, but when sometimes we apply for a singing camp, and I go in and I sing in front of public, and we practice, and it's nice because I have multiple goals that if I don't reach the first one, I could reach the next.
Of course, and especially in that kind of business, you have to be able to understand it's okay if I don't get it the first time, but I'll get it the next time. So good luck for that. And if you could give, not finally, I got one more. If you can give one piece of advice for another child who loves to draw, loves to paint, but doesn't feel confident, is afraid their artwork, just like you were in the beginning before you got the show, what would you say?
I would say to them, it's okay if you don't feel confident. Whatever makes you happy. It took me a long time to realize that. But you got to be courageous, you got to be brave, and if you want to do something that you don't feel confident, it's okay. Go for it. It's better to take a chance than to never take a chance at all.
I think that's great. And finally, here's the finally. I have to ask you about your superpower, because I heard that you have a superpower that you can throw a softball very, very, very far. How far can you throw it?
Honestly, so I play as catcher, and catcher is really far away from second base, and a lot of times I need to practice throwing there. So I also play softball as well, aside from my art. And I need to practice a lot about me at the home base, which is where catcher is, and second base, which I would say is maybe 80 feet.
I couldn't tell you, but okay. I trust you. Far away.
Far
Pretty
away,
far.
very far away, yes. So I would say I could throw a softball pretty far, but maybe where my team is, their field is very big. So I would say pretty far, maybe the beginning of this building to maybe halfway, because I'm not 100% sure how big this building is, but I can assure that it's pretty
far.
big.
That's great. So that's good that you're an athlete as well as an artist.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today.
You're welcome. It's an honor to be here.
A huge thank you to Rosalie and her parents. And of course, to Paul Feiner, Sarah Bracey White, Terrence Brosnan, and Sam Singer. Please come and visit Rosalie's beautiful exhibit here at Town Hall in the second floor gallery. It will be on display through October 30th. And please join us again next time as Greenburgh celebrates the arts.